So this summer I had the wonderful opportunity to intern at the Harvard Law School Library, where I assisted the digital lab processing and digitization team in doing content appraisal for the Charles J. Ogletree Jr. papers. A lot of this mostly consisted of removing, just archives. So it's like removing staples from, the collection and doing some rehousing. But it was a bit different for me because normally I never got to work with materials that would be digitized. It was just, doing physical, updating description. But in this case, I went through the whole, what leads up, what goes into digitizing. One of the highlights that I'm excited about that I got to do here was create a research guide. We'll mostly get it started. Just because I've never done one before, and I think it's really good, to have one, and so researchers know how to access this collection. So just the material itself was cool. Yesterday I was doing some post scanning, so that would just consists of making sure that what's already been scanned, there's no restricted material in there, so it was just flagging. But I got to read some course materials that he had on, the war on drugs. My overall takeaway. It's fun. It's fun. You get to experience new things, and you get to adapt. You get to adapt to a different environment. So I guess my biggest takeaway would be, especially when you interact with some people, just be cool.
Hello, my name is Catherine Santos. I use pronouns she, her, hers, and they, them, theirs, and I'm a member of the Choctaw Apache tribe in Ebarb, Louisiana. This summer, I'm working with the Tauser Anthropology Library and the Fine Arts Library as the Contemporary Indigenous Art Intern. So my background, I'm an art historian with a background in contemporary Indigenous art, specifically art of the land now known as the Americas, and its representation in libraries, archives, and museums. So I've been using my background and my expertise this summer in kind of dual-faceted goals by libraries. So I've been working in collection development and also in outreach opportunities. The highlight of my summer has definitely been working with the amazing staff that I've had the opportunity to work with. Specifically in doing our reading groups every Friday. I think that we have been working off of a curated list of materials and been able to meet and talk about these different readings that we've been doing and really just increase our empathy for each other and our cultural competency. And sometimes as an Indigenous person, it really feels like an uphill battle to be seen and to be heard in these spaces. And those have just been amazingly valuable and transparent conversations. And it's definitely been my favorite part about being here. I really think that I'm going to take a lot of these skills into my career. I've worked with collections of objects and I've worked with archives, but being here, I think that I've really just got a broader sense of what collection can be and what it can do, and just really got an appreciation and understanding for libraries. And I just wanted to thank everyone so much for everything that they've done for me, and I've had such a great summer here. Getting to work with the other interns has also been such a rewarding experience, and getting an understanding of where we all come from. We all come from various different professional and personal backgrounds, and it has been an amazing opportunity to get to know everyone and to get to share our stories and kind of create an understanding of what we're doing here. As an Indigenous person in academia, it is sometimes really difficult to find spaces that feel safe for Indigenous knowledge and Indigenous methodologies. And I just really appreciate that everyone I have worked with and everyone that I have talked to has just made this feel like such a space where my personal experience, my knowledge, and my expertise is respected and accepted, which is not something that I can say about every academic space that I've been a part of. Especially getting to work with our Indigenous librarian, Julie, I feel like this has been such a rewarding and amazing experience to actually have multiple Indigenous people in one space doing work that really changes how this collection can be perceived and how people can interact with these Indigenous knowledges and ideas.
Hi, my name is Christine Lynn. I'm currently interning in the Information and Technical Services Department, specifically in the Metadata Program Management and Project Strategy unit under my supervisor, Christine Eslo. The highlight of my summer was my biggest project, where I was transforming and enhancing the bibliographic metadata for the Harvard Film Archive items in such a way that in the future, when a user is browsing Hollis or searching an item up in Hollis, they'd be able to discover an ocean of information without leaving Hollis at all. So you could discover who the directors were, who the producers, who the actors were. This project strengthened my interest in working in an academic research library because I love working with a whole bunch of data, like looking at spreadsheets upon spreadsheets of data, and ultimately ensuring that these educational resources reach a wider variety of people and audiences so that they can do the research that they need to do. Being at Harvard, I constantly feel like I'm on the front lines of innovation, and I really like the feeling of that because every single day in my email I get a new notice of like a webinar or a workshop to attend, and that makes me really feel that Harvard really cares about the professional and personal growth of their employees.
Hello everyone, my name is Chanel Vieira and I am currently an intern at Baker Library, and my summer experience at Baker has been wonderful. I've had the great opportunity to work with such amazing, intelligent colleagues who have been nothing but supportive of my work experience and who have assigned me different tasks that challenge me in various ways. Throughout the development of my career, most of my professional experience has taken place in public libraries. So this transition into being in an academic institution at Harvard has been a wonderful experience, and the main project that I have been assigned to do has been a collection development project in where I helped diversify the collection through the models of Ediba. And various ways that I did this was through analyzing current methods that are currently being used by the librarians on site, as well as evaluating data from other peer schools. And this has honestly been such a challenging new experience for me, but I had wonderful support from my lovely supervisors. One thing that I learned that will impact my career is definitely all of the personal connections that I was able to make at Baker Library. I have to thank my supervisors for really incentivizing the fact that I had to get to know my coworkers, not only on a personal level, but also professionally. And I was able to gain so much insight from everyone and all of their different backgrounds and how they ended up at Baker. So even though I'm leaving, I feel very happy to have made the connections that I did. And I'm just so grateful for such a wonderful staff and such a great work environment as well. Fun fact about my experience here at Harvard has been all of the amazing opportunities that we have been given to not only explore our own libraries, but other libraries on campus, especially being able to meet different colleagues around campus. That has been something that has been very valuable to me.
This summer was exciting, different, and scary. I think this is the first time that I spent so much time away from like the comfort of my home and my family. And I will admit that I was a little homesick, but overall I've enjoyed it because the time that I spent with my family and my colleagues have, it's been like home after a while. And so I would say the best part about being here is being grouped up with people that are in the same boat as me, so we kind of understand each other and are able to help each other through. My biggest highlight for the summer was all the connections that the Ediba team has helped make for us. They have set us up with different groups to connect and to speak with on the professional level. So I actually got a lot of questions answered and concerns. Like, I'm in school studying right now, my master's in library science, and so of course I am nervous and I have a lot of questions, and everyone was able to answer them without making me feel like, hey, let's stay on topic and talk about work. They were able to just answer any personal question that I had about the life and about librarianship. And so I'm really grateful for the opportunities that were provided. One thing I learned is know what you want. Actually, this is so fun. The very first day working in the Chief of Staff office, I was asked, Shabrina, where are you headed in libraries? And I said, I hope to be Dean of Libraries at a university someday. And immediately after that, Rachel went into her office and she came back with a stack of books for me. And they were all about library management, managing an academic library, management styles, and every single book supported my path. And that felt really special to me, first of all, because it was my first day. Second of all, because it seemed like when I said it, when I spoke into existence, she 100% believed it.
Hello, lovely people. I am Makai McKinney, a graduate of the Virginia State University. And at the Ediba Fellowship internship, I've been fortunate to be able to work into the Human Resources Department. And graduating as a sociology major, it became very pivotal to be able to allow me to explore the different diversity between actually what HR really is known for. If I was to say my favorite project, I would probably say working with either the Quadrix, basically as a software where I was able to do the exit survey. And within the exit survey is basically for employees who are leaving or making a new transition in their lifetime, where we'll be responsible for basically getting feedback from them about their experience and how we can make Harvard Library a better place. One thing that I will probably take from this experience that I've learned is to really be able to be unapologetically myself in any room or any place that I've ever been in place, because when you're not only bringing your gifts and your skills, but you're bringing your experiences and how that will be able to help the overall well-being of the whole entire company. When I bring into my Prince George's County accent, my HBCU experience, me being able to be myself allows me to really be able to hone in and be able to answer those questions that some people probably can't even answer. So I'm able to gain that empathy from everything I've learned. So it's been really a great experience.
Hello, I am Joshua Edwards. I'm a recent graduate of Jackson State University, and I had the honor of serving as an administration operations intern through the Ediba program. The administration operations team was very welcoming since day one. They were committed to my success, not only at Harvard, but also in life. I remember the first week I got there, one of the things they were saying is that, Josh, we want you to have tangible products. And what we mean by products is something that you can go to future employers and be like, hey, this is what you have completed. This is what you've done at Harvard. This is what you've contributed. These are your skills. These are your talents. And so I knew then that this experience was going to be very authentic, genuine, and motivating, empowering. And just being on the campus of Harvard itself was that. So just having that support through the Ediba program just made my experience so much more than what I expected. Also having a manager, Adriana, which I love so much, she just took what I kind of produced or what I put into the air and ran with it, and she trusted me on so many levels, whether it was the idea or whether it was a suggestion. She really believed in me. And so I want to just say thank you, Ediba, thank you, Adriana, thank you, the administration operations team, Stephen, Anna, Sadia, Issa, Josh, so many. And of course, I have to say thank you to Dr. O. One thing that I've learned that I know will impact my career is don't be afraid to take the initiative. Don't be afraid to take control of the steering wheel. Meaning, don't be afraid to come in spaces and be able to navigate them and shine and move in your purpose and in your authenticity, and be able to show your skills and the talents that you've been granted and possessed with. So one thing I can say is that I'm no longer afraid to come into these spaces and be like, hey, I'm here. This is what I can contribute. This is who I am.
I was the Ediba intern at Loeb Music Library, where I worked to catalog and research indigenous music, musicians, and composers. In the first half of the internship, I cataloged the first musical work published by a Native American into a musical database called RISM, and then in the second half, I did my own creative project where I created a LibGuide on American Indigenous music, and hosted a music listening session of native music, and hosted a film screening of a documentary by Sterling Harjo. My highlight of the summer was making connections with family, because I have family here, as well as friends, and I also loved going out to all of the concerts in the area. I learned what a workspace that fosters collaboration looks like. Everybody is really eager to learn about what I have to say and apply my knowledge to their skill set and learn something new and collaborate with me. So that was really exciting.
Hello everyone, my name is Mahogany Moore Blue. I'm a rising senior from Alabama Agricultural Mechanical University, and this summer I had the pleasure of being a preservation intern at Harvard Libraries. So basically what I did was at Weissman Preservation Services, I helped with a quote-unquote slash and burn with some of our files there, and I got to observe all the archive spaces in various libraries, such as Baker Library, the Botany Libraries, and so on and so forth. The highlight of my summer was probably the week that I spent in Widener Library in their enclosures lab. I made a series of enclosures such as phase boxes, calligraphy covers, and cardstock wrappers, which is a lot of fun. It helped me figure out what I wanted to do as a more hands-on aspect of archives, so that was very eye-opening, and it was a lot of fun. I learned that preservation and conservation isn't just one spectrum, that there's a lot of different fields that you can go into and how specialized that it becomes. So that's definitely narrowed my career path. I feel like I want to lean more towards the conservation side than librarianship, so that was very eye-opening. I had a lot of fun here at Harvard. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about the institution, and I think it's a very great program.
My summer experience was working in Pusey Library at Harvard University as a university archivist, getting collections ready for researchers, which was very informative and interesting to do as someone who loves history. I worked with numerous collections, which goes from scrapbooks to diaries, and also learning how to read older handwriting from early 1800s and things of that nature, which was very interesting to learn. Every time we would have some sort of luncheon or dinner, it was always interesting to see how other people would come from, and even to learn networking skills and the ability to converse, I feel is very important in society. I think Boston was a very nice city to live in. I went downtown a lot, which was very nice. I love water cities, so I like to sightsee, go out and see statues. And also Boston is a very historical city, so I like to see the museums and statues, boats, things of that nature.
Hello, my name is Nigel Hawley-Newkirk, and I am a graduate of the illustrious North Carolina Central University. This summer, I had the wonderful pleasure of being a part of the Ediba program as an intern in the Office of Anti-Racism under Lori Cawthorn and also under Dr. Alford. And throughout the summer, I really learned so much, and I'm so appreciative of this experience because as someone of my demographic, being able to come to such a prestigious institution and do the work that I would love to do, that I got my degree in, that I have done work for, it is just such an amazing experience. I can be in spaces of people who may not look like me, and I can still fill up the room with my presence. This summer, I was able to work on things that I normally do, but I got a better understanding and I learned a lot about it as far as graphic designing, website building, social media creation for the Office of Anti-Racism in the Widener Library. So I really had such an amazing time. The highlight of my summer was honestly being able to be a part of the ACRL Diversity Residency Institute, which is of course coming up within the next few days, and being able to be a part of that really, really big project and being such a moving factor in the building of what it looks like from a media perspective or a distance perspective or a just social media internet perspective. Being able to put my spin on that and really pushing it out for the program has been something that I am appreciative, and it has definitely boosted my passion because it has allowed me to push myself into doing things that I wasn't necessarily as comfortable doing. So to know that I'm creating something that's going to last for years to come, hopefully, is something that I cherish very, very deeply because I'm able to say that I put forth an effort to create something for the institution of Harvard University. One thing I learned being here that I think will impact my career is that I am going to be able to always be in rooms, like I said, that may not be suitable for me as to what I think or as to what other people may think. However, I have been able to continuously push the envelope through this experience. So I know now that I can fill up the room. I know now that I can use my talents and push them throughout any aspect in life. And to be able to be here and to really build my passion for what I wanted to do, I feel as though it is something that is something that is just going to continue to push me into my career field, because my career field is about networking. My career field is about building experience on experience on experience and using something that you've done previously to push you to something in the future. So I definitely feel like I have learned so much that will continuously push forth my career. A fun fact about my experience is, of course, I came here having some type of familiarity with a few people who I came here with. However, I was able to really connect with them, and I was able to really build bonds with people who I just randomly, I guess, got the opportunity to be with, as well as being able to be a part of the team that I was on with Lori and with Dr. O. Just having this like coalition of people who look like me in spaces that are not supposed to be for people who look like me has been something that I cherish really deeply. Like I said, Dr. O, Lori, Josh, Makai, Sabrina, Mahogany, Kat, just the rest of the interns that we are here with, who are people of obviously diverse backgrounds, to be able to be a part of something like that. I just want to say
Thank you, Ediba.
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 Thank you so much, Ediba.
Thank you, Ediba!
Thank you so much, Ediba. It's been a wonderful summer.
Thank you, Ediba.
Thank you, Ediba.
thank you, Ediba. I really appreciate everything that you have done for me and everything that you will continue to do in the future. And I hope that we will all still be a part of it in the future. Thank you.
In the Fine Arts Library as the contemporary. Wait, I forgot what I'm doing. Can we start over? Forgot my whole title.
Take one.
At least I remembered my name. Okay.
Was it recording?
Yeah, I've been recording.
Yes, recording.
Oh. Repeat the question.
Okay.
In the metadata mention.
I believe in you.
I don't believe in me.
So I am a nope. This is so bad. Okay.
You be doing that whole thing again?
Yeah.
Stay like that. You recording?
Yep.
Oh, ha! Bloopers!
I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. Hi.
Of course.
Hey, at least it wasn't me this time.
I have to look at the camera. Can I
What am I saying? What's the questions? God, give me the words.
So kick him out. You didn't kick the camera and
I didn't
everything.
mean to. I was looking at my baby.
Because Dr. Jerome gave me 2 tickets and I ended up with 7.